Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello. It's like super low. I don't know why. That's why. What's up, Grim? What's up, boy? What's up, guys? Hold on, we're gonna try something here. I think I figured out how to get this bad boy to work. We're gonna try something here. We're gonna do a little hacking. So I need to do Chrome Remote Desktop. Okay. And we're gonna hack in to the mainframe. We're gonna hack in here. Oh! All right, hold on. We're getting there. We're hacking into the mainframe. All right, we're gonna open this. Let's open up YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. My patrons were giving me shit for wearing a beanie and vest on my coffee stream this morning. Yeah, dude, this is the new style. The new look. We're stealing it from the Pacific Northwest. It's a very Pacific Northwest look, I think. Alright, check this move that I'm about to do. This is about to be crazy. This is about to be crazy. I was setting up another camera. I realized I don't know where the other cord is. I have to find the other cord. It's somewhere around here. Alright, we're going to pop this out. And then we're going to send cast. You can't. Okay, I have to do it on Chrome. I have to do it on Chrome, guys. We gotta do it on Chrome. You guys voting tomorrow or what? Tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. Cast. We have the technology. What happened here? What's this? Oh, this is a problem now. Well, that looks fine. I can read it from here. All right, so now it's cool. I can see your chat now. What's cool, I can also I'll be able to put on the the recipes on the screen now. When we do recipes and shit, I'll be able to do that. And we have the tech. Last piece of tech, guys, is the overhead shot. The overhead shot. Hey, Grim, are you still in the chat? How exactly do you film, like, your desk close-ups? Do you have, like, an overhead rig? Because I was planning on buying one. I don't know how good they are. I'm kind of nervous about buying one because they're not cheap. And I also have this shotgun mic that's on this arm, but I was thinking maybe I could put a camera on that arm instead and just put the mic on the camera. Because the mic doesn't need an arm, technically. It just needs to stay there. But I need to be able to macro. We need to get macro shots. What's up, guys? Happy Monday night. Hopefully y'all are doing well. I'm voting for Ross Perot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't like I'm gonna be honest, guys. You guys are probably gonna call me crazy. You guys are probably gonna call me nuts. This would have been a lot easier of a vote for me if Joe Biden was still there. I'm really not the biggest Kamala fan. The only thing that kind of leans me towards her is that she's kind of somewhat of an extension of Biden, but I think she's a little bit too left for me. She's definitely moved more towards the middle. It could just be campaigning. I think the left realizes, like, all of the craziness of the left of, like, 2016. Even into, like, 2020, I think they realize that's just, like, a losing platform. And there's two things, man. I'm not the biggest fan of her platform, like the Kamala platform. If it was Biden, 100%, that's an easy vote for me. I'm always riding with Biden. But on the other side, I'm not a MAGA guy. I never will be. It's not for me. I don't believe that. I'm not a big Trump guy. I think he is kind of a threat to democracy. And I also just think that he kind of just ruined the Republican Party. We just don't really have, like, a good two-party system. And what, are you gonna vote for fucking Jill Stein? She's like from what I've seen, she's like a Ruski. She's like a Russian stooge or something. I don't really know too much about her, though. It's tough. It's tough these days. I'll tell you what's not tough. I haven't seen much vaping, anti-vaping rhetoric, which is very nice. Speaking of which, the most rhetoric that I've seen recently are against these bad boys. These have been under fire. We gotta protect these guys. We need these guys on our team, okay? These are awesome. So I've been going through, because I've been trying these pouches with another company. Just like testing different flavors. So I was like, let me just see what this market is like, because I only know Zyn. Let me see what the other guys are kind of doing. There's Velo. I think I haven't tried that one yet. I've tried Zyn, I've tried Rogue, and I haven't tried this yet. I just bought this today. This was new at the shop near me. And I was like, let me just take a look and see kind of what's going on here. I gotta say, the Rogues are my favorite. These are the best. I thought Zyn is the most comfortable. Honestly, they're almost like too comfortable. You slide a Zyn in, just one Zyn, and they almost kind of get lost. They kind of just like, you don't even really feel it. There's a little bit of a tingle, but they're really soft and they kind of get lost. But the problem with Zyn, and I did this on my Instagram, I feel like Zyn, their flavors are like lame. They're just not, the flavors on them are just not good. I think they can focus a lot more on flavors. The Rogues, on the other hand, this has like 20 times more flavor. These are way more flavorful. These are like, at least the peppermint one, these ones like have nice tingle to them. So when you put them in, like you can feel it and they last longer. They don't like turn into like mush as quickly. These are great so far. I highly recommend you check out the Rogues. But we're going to pop in a zone and just see what these are like. This is what the pouch looks like. I apologize for the lighting is a little bad here. I don't know why it looks like this. Voting for Ross Perot. I just thought that was funny. So these are like kind of elongated. Honestly, these look like the ones that I was testing out. These are like skinnier, longer ones. As opposed to the Rogues and the Zins are like these like fatter. These fatter. Rogues just look like there's more compared to Zin. Let's pop in a zone. This is Zone Mint. Go try some Snoke, Skoke, Skull? Is that Skull or Skoke? Skoke snooze pouches. All right, I'll try those next. Honestly, like, yeah, it is big tobacco, but I've kind of, like the big tobacco boogeyman. I don't know. You guys probably feel the same, but the big tobacco boogeyman, they're just kind of pathetic these days. You know what I mean? Like they're still, don't get me wrong, they're still a massive threat to human health and the populace as a whole, but they are kind of a little bit pathetic and they just don't have the same bite anymore. But what's crazy is like you talk to someone who doesn't know about this stuff and they still think big tobacco is like Hitler. Skull, however, all right, I'll check out the Skull ones. Yeah, I haven't tried those ones yet. Can you buy flavorless pouches and drip your own DIY juice on them? That would be fantastic. So this one has like a nice little tingle to it. These definitely burn a little bit more. I haven't seen those yet. But I was talking to Brendan and he was telling me, he was basically explaining to me how you could DIY them. There's like a way that you could DIY them. The inside of them is like a silica, some sort of silica. And then you can kind of just titrate your nicotine and then add your flavoring to them. It's not difficult. The difficult part is getting the right sort of mesh material on the outside, like finding that type of material. He explained to me that it's pretty much the same material that they use on like masks, but that material is like harsher. It is harsher. Shouldn't be really putting that stuff in your mouth, and it is like harder, like the Rogue and the Zin ones. So This one definitely feels like a little scratchier. It definitely feels like the ones that I've tried were like a little scratchier. The Rogues and the Zins are like really soft. Like they're nice to put in your mouth. The only kind of tingle you get is from the mint or the nicotine. Yeah, this one is not. The Rogues they do flavor way better than everyone from what I've tried so far. DIY pouches exist that are not impressive. I'm gonna have a review this week. Oh, I can't wait to check those out. I'm very curious about those. I wonder if if they already have nicotine in them or if you have to add your own nicotine to them. I haven't looked. If we were about big tobacco, we wouldn't be using Purellum flavors. True, yeah. Skull apple and Skull peach used to be my shit. Yeah, when I'll never forget my first time trying Skull dip. I was with a couple of my friends, and they were like, have you tried Skull, dude? And we were like 13 at the time. And me being cool, I was cool, I was like, oh yeah, I've tried it before. They're like, oh, here, have some. I take a huge like pinch, and I just stick it in my mouth. And I start chewing it. And they were like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, don't worry, guys, this is how I do it. And then I ended up like, I realized you have to like put it in your cheek, so I like put it back there, and it's still like all over my teeth. 5 minutes later, I'm fucking throwing up everywhere. It was way too much nicotine, and like it was a very uncool moment in my life. I'll never forget that moment. We we threw a dip in, and then we went on the trampoline. That was fun. It was a good time. All right, so the Monday night show, 10 p.m. guys, is too late. We're probably gonna move it to 9 p.m. We're probably going to move Monday to 9 p.m. Is that okay with you guys? 10 p.m. is a little too late. I'll leave, I wanted to keep the same time slot as noted, but I can't do it, all right? We just can't keep it going that late. I used to enjoy a pinch of Red Man. Yeah, Red Man, like how it tastes like raisins. Red Man was cool. What was cool about dip is that you could just do it anywhere. It's kind of like vaping, and it's like this stuff. It really does open your eyes to the world of nicotine once you get away from smoke. tobacco. Once you can consume nicotine in other ways, you're like, oh man, this stuff it's just like coffee. It's awesome. It's just like coffee. Yeah, so the flavor on this zone is like, if I'm gonna rate flavor, Rogues are like a 9 out of 10. Like, these are packed with flavor. At least the peppermint is. I haven't tried all the other flavors, but I would rate this at like a 9 out of 10 on flavor. They just kind of, they ooze flavor, and like you can keep getting more and more flavor out of the Rogue. This one on flavor, I would rate it at like a 3. It's like very minimal flavor. I'd probably rate Zyn at like a 4. Very low flavor. Which I think is a big part of the experience is the flavor. I don't necessarily want something flavorless. I do want flavor for whatever reason, because I know these are like different type of products, you know, at least in terms of like vaping, right? With vaping, flavor becomes more so a carrier of your nicotine, but because of the medium, you can really explore vapor and get some cool, interesting stuff, and you can really kind of pinpoint what you're craving and what you want. With things like pouches, I feel like flavor is like always like a secondary sort of thing, and I don't mind it being a secondary thing, but you do notice it when there is a good amount of flavor. So for what it's worth, I do lean more towards Rogues just because of the flavor. It just feels more substantial, and like it feels like you're actually getting something from it. Because that 6 milligram, even though I vape at like 1.5 these days, I vape very low milligrams of nicotine. Even at 6 milligrams, I'm not really feeling it, right? It's like a very minimal hit of nicotine. So you do want something there to kind of grab onto. And like, I'm not getting any crazy nicotine rush from this or anything like that. I just find the Rogues right now are the top dog. I think these are the ones to beat so far from the ones that I've tried. So yeah, I do have to try the Skull. I have to try Velo. I haven't tried those yet. There's a few other ones. I think you guys mentioned them. Lift, I haven't seen. Let me look that up. Lift pouches. I haven't heard of that. SnoozeMe.com. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh. I've never seen these before. I'll check these out if I can get these. These look interesting. These are Swedish. These are Swedish products. Try to get Outlaw's American Alternative Chew pouches. All right, let's see. Alternative Chew. Oh yeah, these are like... Oh yeah, but these are like, so these are like tobacco pouches. What is this? It's that... Here, let me set something up so you guys can see what my screen is seeing. Give me a second here. Let me set this up really quickly so you guys can just see what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, this is kind of a thing here. Give me 1 second, guys. Wait, I'm looking that way. And then I can do this. What was it called? Outlaw? Yeah, I probably shouldn't show this on screen. Oh yeah, these are different. Wait, these aren't the ones so these are actual pouches. Yeah, I probably shouldn't show this on screen. But yeah, these are pouches. Interesting. Okay. I'll check those out. 12 milligram lift made me white out. Would you say you're in the zone right now? Not quite, no. No, not quite. Not quite, my friend. An easy mango recipe, please? Oh, I got you, buddy, Nav. Here's an easy mango recipe. You ready for this? Flavor Art mango, 4%. Capella Sweet mango, 4%. 0.5% of Capella Super Sweet. There you go. The best mango you'll vape under the sun. All right, the problem with this setup though is that it's hard to read on that computer. So what's up, guys? I wanted to come in, hang out with you guys for a little bit, and talk about some vaping. Let's talk vaping. Let's talk vaping. We got we're almost completely set up in the lair down here. Can't wait to get back into the swing of things. I think this change of scenery is also just nice. It's nice to get out of that room upstairs. It's been in there for too long, and it's just nice to kind of change the scene up, get re-inspired by things. I've been doing some more testing recently. I think we're gonna be doing the what is this thing called? Hot plate test soon, which should be fun. Very interesting results, I will say. At least so far. I don't want to dig too deep into what I've been finding. But at least so far, I'll say right now with the testing that I've been doing, I actually do recommend a hot plate. Right now, okay? I still haven't tested every profile, and there's still some things that are kind of not good with the hot plate that need further looking into. But I think the biggest thing about the hot plate, being able to control the temperature, is a much bigger deal than just having it heat up and spin. It's actually the controlling of the temperature that I think plays a bigger role than what I thought. I think having a gradual sort of heating up of the liquid and then a gradual coming down plays a pretty big role in that steeping section. But again, it needs further. I don't want to dig too deep into that though. But right now, from the minimal testing that I've done and just using it, I think I do kind of recommend you guys get one. For those that really are about that mixing life. You know, if you're just someone that wants to mix up like a quick mango like that other guy was asking, you absolutely do not need one. But if you are someone that wants the most optimal flavor out of your e-liquid, I kind of lean towards one. They're pretty cool. They're pretty fucking cool. How do you think Nasty Juice is able to use cooling so effectively that it punches up the flavor and isn't overpowering? Well, they're using good flavorings. Whatever flavorings that they're using, I haven't really been able to source them. We've had a couple close flavorings from like areas near them that we were like, oh, this is probably what they're using, and this is the kind of ice that they're using. But nothing that was like 100% definite. I think they just do a good job at their e-liquid. At the end of the day, a lot of it is like their production and how they put their recipes together, and you know the profiles that they go after. They have a pretty good. They're not bad. You're right though. Like a Nasty Juice ice is a memorable experience, right? Like you definitely know when you're vaping it. It doesn't get lost in the sauce. Like they do a good job of saying like this is this is our juice. Here we are. We're here to fucking play, or we're not here to play around. And I think that that's a testament to their stuff. I used to think it was just like, yeah, they're just using Malaysian flavorings and WS5, or they're using WS23 at like obscene percentages with a lot of sucralose. But that just hasn't been borne out in the data. It just hasn't, right? Like, we would have been able to figure that out a while ago. I think it's more so they just do a good job. They probably have in-house production. They probably are co-packing somewhere that does a good job, and they use good ingredients, and they figured out what flavorings are the best to work at in those scenarios. Again, it's easy to, I shouldn't say it's easy. It's easier to focus on a line when you don't really have to worry about constantly iterating on new ideas and new flavorings. When you can just focus on, here's my strawberry and cream, here's my custard, here's my candy, you know, here's my 4 candies, then you can really kind of put all of your R&D into that. Can you still get them? I actually haven't seen them around in a while. Can you still buy that stuff? Nasty Juice? I remember the apartment with construction and ambulance noises. I can't believe I lived there for that long, to be honest. We think back on it. It was just we got robbed there. It was just a disaster. It was so small. It was on the worst street you could possibly live on in Philadelphia. I wouldn't trade it for anything, though. It was a fun time, but oh god. You been playing any games lately? Yeah, I just got the new Dragon Age. It's not bad. What other new games have I played? I've actually been playing old games. I went back to Neo 2. You ever played Neo? That one's fun. That's a great game, actually. I highly recommend it. That's like a 10 out of 10 game. Neo 2. Blew me away the first time I tried it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the experience you get from Nasty Juice is certainly a memorable one. It's certainly memorable. You're like, you vape and you're like, whoa, here we are. Here we are. I can certainly understand why people like it. Okay, let's take the zone out. It's like a 3 on flavor. It's not very intrusive though. It doesn't really burn that much. Like, these rogues hit you. These rogues, like, you feel them. You feel them in your mouth, which I kind of like though. Yeah, that apartment was quite the place. It was quite the fucking place. You changed places? Yes. Yeah, we moved it. We had to move it. We got another one coming. Another little girl coming. So we had to make some more room. So I'm delegated. I'm like, I really wanna get another office. I think I might have to eventually. As much as I really don't want to pay for it, because like, you guys know what pricing is like, right? Just imagine living in a city and then having to pay that. When I first had that other office, you know, the markets were like, it wasn't that crazy. It wasn't that crazy, and there was only 2 of us that I had to pay for, right? And we were living on a rent. We didn't have a mortgage. So it was a lot easier to make that commitment a month. It becomes a lot tougher to do that when you have 2 kids, one on the way, or when you have 1 kid, another on the way, and you have a mortgage, and you live in a city, and inflation's where it's at, and rent's where it's at. It's just a tougher ask. So we'll probably eventually go there, maybe when the kids are like in school or something. But for now, guys, we're down in the lair. I want to shout out to I saw some terrible news, guys. I want to shout out to Mike Vapes. I saw he's been going through a rough time. He had a pretty rough go of things recently. So I don't really want to go too deep into it, but if you want, if you know who Mike Vapes is, just go send him some love, man. He needs a little bit of love right now. He needs some people that he needs to make, you know, he needs people to tell him that he's got a good community around him and that, you know, he's been going through some shit. All right. So I just wanted to shout that out. And, you know, I hate to see when stuff like that happens. It's never cool to see that stuff. So shout out Mike Vapes. Hope you're doing good, man. Keep your head up. Keep on trucking on. That's all we can do, right? That's all that this life Life is a series of fucking obstacles. I mean, you just gotta keep on keeping on. That's the only real thing that you can do. Housing is insane right now. Yeah, it is. The only bad experience I have with hot plates is with lemon and other citrus flavors, more volatile compounds. They just lacked flavor after it. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that a little bit. I haven't done full testing. I've done a lemon tart in one, and I had good results with it. So it's not always the case, but I just have to do more of like that type of testing where it's like I need to see like how much you're losing, if it's worth it, if it's equal to a steep at all, if you know what I mean. Because lemons do die out. Like most lemons are gonna die out after a steep. They're not gonna be as sharp as they are right after a shake. It's just a matter of like how much are you losing in that heating process and how much compared to how much you're losing in the steeping process. Mike Vapes is awesome. He is awesome. He is awesome. He's always been awesome. He's always been Mike fucking Vapes. And you can't take that away from the guy, huh? Any easy strawberry daiquiri vape recipes? No, not off the top of my head, man. What is a strawberry daiquiri? Let's look this up. Uh-oh, what's going on here? We're frozen. Okay, this is... I really don't want to have to hook up a wire to this thing. That kind of defeats the purpose of this whole setup. Maybe I can refresh it. No, it's not working. Oh, maybe that's why? Ah, that is why. Strawberry daiquiri. I don't really know what that is. It's strawberry and... Is it cream in there? Or is it just strawberry and ice and vodka or something? I'm not really sure. Let's take a look-see here. Is there a way I can like zoom in on this? You can't really see because my thing is in the way. Well, it looks like when I look on my computer... Alright, we can put it here then. It's ice, sugar, strawberries, and rum with soda. Okay, so it's like a strawberry smoothie with rum, is what I'm assuming. A strawberry smoothie with rum. So you're probably gonna want something like Capella, sweet strawberry. A rum, you're probably gonna want... What's a good rum that's not Vape Train? What's a good rum that's not Vape Train? Does Wonder Flavors have a rum? I'm not sure if Wonder Flavors has a rum. I know Vape Train has a good rum, but I don't know if you can get that stuff anymore. I think you can. I think they did change their name eventually. Vape Train rum, whatever it's called, you get some of that. Maybe a little bit of Capella Lemon Lime in there. And that's it. And then some sucralose. That sounds simple enough. It doesn't seem like... It seems like the main flavor is just strawberries and rum. And then you can just add like a couple splashes of lemon lime and you're good to go. You'll have something pretty simple there. You know what I mean? I can't tell you the last time I had a strawberry daiquiri. I honestly have no fucking idea. They have a coconut rum, that's right. Yeah, that might work though. The coconut rum might work. Flavor Art Jamaican rum, that's right. You can use it's Flavor Art, right? That has Jamaican rum. Oh, it keeps doing this. Jamaican me crazy, man. I think it's Flavor Art that makes Jamaican rum. Yeah, Flavor Art Jamaican rum you could use. Vape Train Sugarcane goes great with light rum. Yeah, there you go. You can use some of that. Hoping that VT rebranded. I hope the ACF brings him back. Yeah. I really want to pick up something Mike Vapes, Bogan, and Grim Green have created. What have they released recently? I'm not really sure. Have they released anything recently? I don't really know if you need to bring out so much of the sugar in the daiquiri because the Super Sweet should do enough of that. My favorite Mike product is probably the Rebirth. Yeah, the Rebirth. Isn't that the one with like the half pipe of air? TFA has Jamaican rum? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't know if I have that one. Oh yeah, the Recurve. That's right. Which one's the Rebirth? I'm probably thinking of the Recurve, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Recurve. What's the Rebirth? Hell Vape and Mike Vapes. Oh, that's looks like the mesh one, right? Is that the mesh one? You guys know my opinion on them. Mesh. You guys still using mesh? Let's talk a little flavor here. I don't want to make this all about something else. Let's just get some of these out. We'll just review some flavors real quick. I'm just gonna take a handful of these real flavors, and I'm just gonna talk about whatever ones. This is all. None of this is pre-planned. I'm just gonna whip out a bunch of these real flavors candies, and I'm gonna talk about them because I've tried all of these. I've mixed all of these. I've been doing a lot of candy work recently. Always wondered why you didn't come out with an RDA. Well, I never was approached by anyone to do an RDA, and I would have if someone would have approached me. If the right company would have approached me, I definitely would have done one. I always wanted to do something called the reference RDA. I've talked about this before, where it's a very minimal, cheap, like so cheap. Like I would love to sell this thing for like $15, $20 cheap. But the plan is that you buy like 5 of them, right? So if I sold an RDA, it had great flavor, not amazing flavor, not the best flavor, definitely not the worst flavor, just like middle of the road flavor, middle of the road saturation, middle of the road airflow, everything just middle of the road for like 15 to 20 bucks. But your plan is to buy a bunch of them so you can test different liquids and test them side by side and test how different flavors and recipes are different from each other. I always thought that would be a good idea. If any company wants to do that with me, let me know. I'll be down to do that. That's probably the only. I don't know if I do like just like a regular RDA release. I don't know. It really depends. The thing is like my design for an RDA is like quite simple, and I don't really want to change. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. Like. You guys know my opinion. Side airflow, boom, straight to the mouth. That's all you really need. You know, what can you do with that, right? But I thought it would be cool if you could do like a super easy reference RDA. We would just call it the reference RDA. So it's like, I vape this juice. I'm reviewing nasty juice on the reference RDA. Everyone that has a reference RDA knows exactly what that vape experience is going to be like, because everyone has one. Kind of, the idea basically stems from like buying like Derringer clones. Like when DIYers would buy like Derringer clones. Nowadays it's more like the Hadley. But we used to buy like a bunch of Derringer clones because they were so cheap. They were like $15. You line them up and you could drip different juices on them. And everyone kind of knew what the Derringer vaped like. It wasn't the best at anything. It was just a good RDA that had good flavor. And you can really kind of, you let the juices do the talking. You know what I mean? I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool. I never did like a product thing like that. That could be fun too. I think $15, $20. It depends on, I don't know what, you know, it also depends if what's his name wins the election. It's going to be like $30 because those tariffs are going to hurt. That ain't an American made product. I'll put, you ain't making that for, you know, $10 in America. That has to be a Chinese product. All my cycling RDAs are screaming for a change. I hear you, brother. I hear you. What have I been using lately similar to the Entheon? Nothing, but I hear you. I'm in the same fucking boat. This Friday, we're going to be testing the Barrage. Just because I have two of them. I found them when I was moving. So we're going to change it up and see how that is. But I hear you. I want to change my RDA also. It'll be fun. We'll do a little journey where we try to find another RDA to obsess over. Maybe it'll be a tank too, because it's been a while since I've used tanks. It's been like years since I've like mained a tank. Maybe we'll find a tank. The Enyal Rekla RDA. Yeah, I'm not. I would like the Wasp Nano. Like very similar to the Wasp Nano. Very similar. Very, very similar to that. Very similar to that. Something very similar to that idea. All right, here we go. We got our real flavors. Okay, this one I don't want to do. All right, we'll save that one. We'll save this one. Blue Raz Cotton Candy is the first one. I can't see myself. Hold on. Blue Raz Cotton Candy is the first one. Can you guys, is that legible at all? Blue Raz Cotton Candy. Excellent Blue Raz Cotton Candy. To be honest, what really makes this flavor is the it's the fluffiness, like the cotton candy, like sugar fluffiness. They get it right, but there's also that like slight level of like burnt white sugar in there that really sells it. I mean, this is one of the more surprising flavorings that I've tried recently was the Blue Raz Cotton Candy. I was looking up a certain recipe that was suspected that this was used in it, and I tried it and I was like, it's pretty close to that profile. So I really think the Blue Raz Cotton Candy is a great ingredient. Yellow candy. This next one is yellow candy burst type. These are all real flavors. You can pick these up. I can't really quite tell you where to get them, but context clues will lead you to the promised land. Okay. This is yellow candy burst type. So do you guys know how like Capella Lemon Lime is like a fruit enhancer, right? Flavora Golden Kiwi is like a succulence enhancer. You use Golden Kiwi if you really want juiciness and succulence from your fruits. You use Lemon Lime if you just want to like punch things up. This is the candy enhancer. This should be called candy enhancer. This is basically a yellow Starburst flavor, but when you think about a lot of the candies that we eat, they have like a certain level of like citrus to them, right? That citric acid flavor. This is really what that brings. It's phenomenal. It's made its way into all of the candies that I've been working on, and just a little bit, like 0.25, 0.5%. It's really potent. You don't need a lot of it, and it's yellow Starburst, almost like if you melted it down. If you took a yellow Starburst and you just melted it down, this yellow candy burst type, absolutely phenomenal. Highly, highly recommend. Extremely versatile, super flavorful. It's an awesome ingredient. The Barrage is fantastic. I'm surprised that so many people like this Barrage. I didn't expect anyone to even know what it was. I was like, oh man, I'll bring this up on the stream later. And everyone's like, oh, I hear this is one of the better RDAs out there. I'm excited. We're going to build it. We're going to make a little wire and we're going to build on it. Fridays are fun. This is Blue Raz Taffy. This one's pretty good. I'm not like head over heels for it. A lot of these like taffy flavors by Real Flavors, they're a little bit more muted, but they do bring a little bit of like creaminess to them. There's a little bit of like that plastic taffy note. I don't really like calling it plastic because it's not it's not plastic. It's more like artificial, I guess. But it's there. There's like a chewiness there. The only thing with this Blue Raz is that it's like a deeper Blue Raz. You're not really getting like a nice bright, if you think of like a Blue Raz Jolly Rancher, you're not getting that like citric bite. You're not getting that brightness from it. It really is just kind of like a more muted Blue Raz. But if you're looking for like a Blue Raz Airhead or a Laffy Taffy or something, this works as a pretty good base to start from. You just need to really tune it with other Blue Razes or other flavors in general. This one I don't really want to talk about. Red Candy Burst type. This is the red Starburst. And this flavor is basically like fruit punch as a Starburst. It's really kind of how I explain it. Which is more cherry forward, but it's not just cherry. There's also like orange in there. It's like a fruit punch candy, and it works really great. So if you need to like add a bit of punch to your red candies, whether they're cherry or strawberry or raspberry or currant, this brings like that extra layer of like fruit punch. If you want to make a fruit punch, you can just start with this and kind of build from it. Definitely the better of the fruit punches that I've tried. I think Flavor West has like a Hawaiian punch or something. This is way better than that. This does kind of tend to kind of give you that cherry, like slight cherry medicinal note, but it's easily worked with as long as you kind of keep things sweet. I really like that one. Pink Candy Extract. Unfortunately, this is one of the ones that I'm not the biggest fan of. It's just, this is the Pink Starburst. It's just a little too soft. It doesn't quite, it's just a little too soft. It has all the right notes there. It really does kind of have like a creamy strawberry, almost like strawberry milk flavor to it. It does seem like they kind of like took like a strawberry and then just kind of added like vanilla swirl and try to give you like chewiness that way. So it's like a good flavor, but to me it's just far too weak. It's kind of hard. It doesn't really pop out as much as I want it to. And I haven't been able to work with it as well as the other ones. The other ones have so much flavor compared to this one. But maybe I just haven't used it correctly. I do want to mention that it is good flavor. Like when you taste it, you're like, oh, this is definitely pink candy. It's just not that much flavor there. I'm a bit amazed that RF was requested for you to use. They have a lot of great flavors though. Well, this is the thing. So we were looking for certain flavors and nothing was working. Like we were looking for a certain flavor profile. It was a candy and nothing was working. We were like, fuck, none of the compellers are working. Any of the flavor houses working. We were really like close with SSA. Some of the SSA stuff, if you bend them a certain way, can kind of close you in there. But then I was like, let's just try this out and let's just see. Just order me all of the real flavors and I'll just go to town, right? So I get them in and I try their, what is it? I try their, oh, here it is. I try this. This is their taffy base, okay? So again, you're just using context clues on like what I'm doing here. We're looking for a profile. Nothing's hitting. Nothing's working the way that I want. The development timeline is starting to really stretch because I'm like, listen, I'm working here. I'm trying to bend these things. I'm literally, my recipes are massive because I'm doing every trick I can think of. I'm trying to do them in these recipes. So then finally we're like, let's try the real flavors out. I get this in. I mix it in 3%. I'm like, oh, this is like, we have a base now. Like we can start here and I can start putting these things together. Boom, you throw in some of the yellow candy in there. You start throwing in the other flavorings from the other houses, like the main flavorings, like the fruit flavorings. And then you really kind of have yourself a delicious sort of like candy, taffy, chewy type of recipe. And yeah, I've just been like so impressed with all of these candies. Real Flavors has always been good, but I didn't know that they were this good with their candies. It's a failure on my part. It's a failure on my part. They have been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, they were just the missing link and everything. It made the development so much easier. So the taffy base is like, there's no flavor to it, okay? It's literally exactly what it is. It's like a chewy, nondescript taffy base. There's like, it does taste like there's vanilla in there. It does have like a little bit of like that artificial candy note in there. But it really just like holds together well, and it allows it to just add that nice sort of taffy finish. You just have to throw this stuff on top. You can't use it on its own, unfortunately. You do have to know what you're doing when you're mixing with it. It takes a little bit of like an advanced mixer to kind of make this thing work, but it's great. If you're looking for like a good way to start a taffy, that's a good ingredient. Flavor-wise, Hawaiian Punch isn't terrible. No, it's not terrible, but this one is much better. There's also, I got a couple new things from Capella, and those are also awesome. But I'll talk about them more when I can. This is red, white, and blue popsicle extract, which is meant to be like a bomb pop. And this is awesome as well. This one's really, really good. It's certainly much more like a melted bomb pop. So if you took a bomb pop and you melted it, if we were to, we have to compare it to like Flavora. So Flavora has Popsicle Blast, red, white Popsicle Blast. Let's compare it to this. So this one I think is like this one is much more accurate with the citrus, like that lemon flavor. However, the red and blue portions are a little bit like they play second fiddle to how accurate that lemon aspect is, right? That white aspect. This one does that really well. However, the red, white, and blue popsicle extract, this is closer to what you would get if you were to melt it down, like all 3 layers down, right? So you get a little bit more red, you get a little bit more blue, and that white is definitely still sort of the star of the show. I lean towards this one. To me, this one just tastes like it's just closer to what a bomb pop is. It's just closer. It's closer, and it maintains like because there's citrus in it, it maintains like almost like a fizziness to it. An excellent flavoring. Highly recommend that. Cherry extract. I'm actually not the biggest fan of this one. I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I mixed with it a little bit. It's okay, but I'm just not the biggest fan of that one. This is their Blue Raz Sour Candy. And this is just another great Blue Raz to add on to the list. So one thing with Blue Raz that we were laughing about the other day, there's also, it does taste like there's like some sort of sweetener in here. I don't know, it doesn't say it in the bottle, but it does kind of taste like that. I don't know, there's something else in here. It's not, I don't know, maybe they just did a good job. I'm not sure. It tastes like there's sweetener in here, but it's not sweet. Maybe it's just citrus. So this is like a Blue Raz Jolly Rancher, like a melted Blue Raz Jolly Rancher, where it's bright. There's citrus there, there's tartness there, the flavor lingers, but it's not as you don't really like, it doesn't have like any sort of like deepness to it, which I don't really know if you want that with Blue Raz, especially not a Blue Raz Jolly Rancher. Because if you eat a Blue Raz Jolly Rancher, it's very bright and sweet and like top heavy. There's not many like lower notes there. So that's why it's really good in that aspect. But if you're looking for like some level of like accuracy towards what blue raz is. You do need a little bit of deepness. Usually like raspberry fills that in, but one thing we were laughing about the other day about blue raz is that blue razes, there's so many of them. Right now, there's so many of them. Before, back in the day, there weren't that many, and none of them were that good, right? You had Liquid Barn's Blue Raz. That was pretty much like the best in class one. Nowadays, there's so many good ones. There's SSA, there's Ultimate Blue Raz, there's all the real flavors Blue Razes. Capella has a Blue Raz. Flavora has a Blue Raz, right? All these Blue Razes are great, but they're all different from each other. None of them are similar to each other at all. SSA Blue Raz is not the same as Flavora Blue Raz. Capella Blue Raz is not the same as Real Flavors Blue Raz. None of these Blue Razes are similar. So you can actually put all these Blue Razes together to create the most harmonious, insane Blue Raz flavor. And it actually does, it's not bad, right? It's if you mix with some intention, it does kind of work. So don't be surprised if you see Blue Raz recipes now and into the future where people are using like 5 Blue Razes. I get it now because they actually are all different. Like you could mix these two together, right? Because one is the deeper Blue Raz and one is the brighter Blue Raz. You just put those together and say you needed a little extra Blue Raz sweetness, then you can just use a little Capella Blue Raz, which has sweetener in it, right? They're all very, very, it's just very interesting how Blue Raz kind of turned out that way. Everyone's just like, all right, we all now need to make a good Blue Raz. Blue Raz is really popular now, especially in disposables. Yeah, I mean, it was, it's, to me, I think it's the best candy profile. Like, when you think of, like, a good candy flavor, Blue Raz is, like, at the top of the list in my mind. So it's surprising that it took so long to get, like, good Blue Razes on the market. If you get your hands on River flavors, their Blue Raz flavors are very good. Is that Nick River? Mahomes injured? Really? Uh-oh. Are they winning? No, they're losing. I love a good red, white, and blue popsicle flavor juice. Yeah, check out the Real Flavors one then. Check out the Real Flavors one. It's definitely more accurate towards having all 3 flavors combined. And that's what's crazy is like the Flavora one's good. Like this is a great start to a Blue Raz popsicle. But it lacks in the red and the blue. This one definitely adds more of the red and blue in there. And it's just as flavorful, it's just as sweet, it's just as punchy. I just want to drink it. I just want to drink it. It smells so good. You sound like you got money in the game? No, I don't. I wish I was a good sports gambler, but I'm the worst gambler, guys. I'm the worst gambler. When I was at the fucking bachelor party, we went to a casino. We go to roulette. We go to play roulette. My buddy, who is the bachelor, is with me, and I have another buddy at the table, and a couple other people are at the table. We go. I buy in. He buys in. We all buy in. We all put down. I'm putting my chips down. I know how to play roulette too, right? Like I'm like, you got to do this and this, and get the corners here, and play these numbers, and make sure that you hedge with this. He's just like, I'll just do this, this, and this, and he puts a stack on 0. Okay, mind you, 0 just hit. It just hit 2 rolls ago. It rolled to 0. So I look at him like, are you sure you want to do that? He's like, nah, fuck it. I'm just going to let it ride. The dealer goes, are you sure you want to do that? He's like, just leave it there. Fuck it. What happens? He fucking hits 0. Everyone else gets wiped out and he wins fucking, what is it, like 30-1 or whatever the odds are on that? Maybe it's like 15-1. I don't remember. But nail 0. It was a fun time. I was very happy for him. It's like I was like that meme of the little black kid where it's like, happy for you. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not kidding you. It just rolled 0. It rolled 0. It rolled another number, and then it was the next number. I'm bad at gambling. I just don't win. I never win. I never fucking win. A number just hitting is irrelevant. Every number has an equal chance. Yeah, that's right. That's what my friend was saying. He was like, there's really no weighting of the 0. It's just it looks cool because it's at the top of the table. But I think it's like 30 to 1 on. I don't remember. Roulette odds of one number. It's 1 in 38. So you probably get a payout of 1 in 30. Is that what it is? Or something like that? It's pretty good. A pretty good deal. He won like $900 on like a $25 chip or something. Maybe it was a $50 chip and I don't remember. The only way I was to not bet it, yep. I love gambling though. I do love the casino. It's fun. I wish I could just use fake money. I wish I could just use Monopoly money. You should be able to go to a casino and just say, listen, I just want to play, but I'll just use your fake money. And I'll pay you $50. Right? I just pay you $50. You give me $1,000 worth of fake money. Is that legal? Could you actually do? I wonder how many people would do that. That could be popular. Think about that idea. Yeah, so Real Flavors candies, guys. They're phenomenal. And there's a shitload of them. Like, these aren't even all of them. There's so many more. There's so many more. I want to another good Real Flavors that I was mixing with is their cookies and cream. It's fucking delicious. The best cookies and cream on the market, hands down. It's really good. So we gotta get back. We gotta say our apologies to Real Flavors and get back with them and get some more of their stuff. Cause honestly, once they kind of sold off, I was just like, they're pretty much dead. Like they pretty much did die. They pretty much were like, we're done with all of this bullshit. But they sold their stuff to that company, and that company's still making them. And they also make like 5 different versions. So they make like you'll say like this says extract on it. I think it just is. I don't know why they say that. From what we were told, the extracts are the strongest version. So just always get the extract if they have it. But yeah, the Real Flavors is we gotta start bringing some more of those back into here, which kind of sucks because I really don't want to add more flavoring lines to this already massive problem that I have. But I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't have the scoop on every Real Flavors, and that's what I have to do. We got to get them in. It says extract is basis PG. Yeah, but some are. I forget what it was. Let me look. Also, this company has 2 websites. They both are the same website, but you actually want to use the e-juice one until I don't know if the flavor one is up. Let me see something. But they've been great, these people over here in Canada. Well, it looks like most of these say extract. Well, some do, some don't. I don't know. If it says extract, that's the one that is the strongest. That's what they told me. Some say it, some don't. I think some still also say super concentrated. Maybe not. But they've been great. That company has been great. So if you ever need to, if you're ever wondering about that Canadian company that I unfortunately can't name, but if you ever, they're a flavoring company. They don't sell any adult products, but they're legit. They're awesome. They've been great. Their new website isn't live as of yet. Yeah. We went to order. We did our big order like a few months ago, and it was up, but it was just different. So then they were like, go to the other one. PG gives me a headache. Oh, this was another thing I wanted to bring up, guys. I can't vape stainless steel coils. I cannot vape stainless steel coils. It literally gives me hypertension. Like, bad. I don't know what it is, but stainless steel wire gives me hypertension. I don't know if you guys have had that issue at all. It gives me like a really deep headache in the back of my head and like a tightness in my chest. I can't do it. No stainless steel for this guy. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like, that's what I'm attributing it to. I'm like 90% sure that's what the issue was. But I was vaping this coil and I was like, damn, dude, like I feel like I have like really high blood pressure and a high heart rate and like my chest hurts and I keep getting these bad headaches. And then I was like, maybe it was the juice that I was vaping. It wasn't the juice. Maybe it was the RDA that I was using. It wasn't the RDA. Changed everything about it other than the coil. Finally, I was like, maybe it's the coil. I changed the coil and it was gone the next day. Gone. It was very odd. I don't know why that is. I just can't vape stainless steel. Same here with stainless steel. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't realize how and I was vaping it on it for like a good 2-3 weeks. And I was thinking like, at first I was like, man, maybe I'm just out of shape. Like maybe I'm just out of shape and I need to just like, or I'm not sleep. Like I thought it was everything else other than the fucking vape. Finally, I started tuning in the vape and then I realized maybe it's the coil. I never heard of that happening with wire, especially stainless steel. Like so many people use it. But then I looked it up and I saw that other people had the same issue with it. And then I was like, let me try to swap this coil out. And as soon as I swapped it out, the problem was gone. So that was something that fucked me up. And another thing is like, it's not just that. It like stainless steel coil for sure, but I also had a similar issue, not to that degree. The stainless steel was like really bad, but I also had like hypertension or like heart palpitations or like just like a higher heart rate. Like it definitely was affecting me in a negative way, almost like an allergic reaction. But something in certain tobaccos gives that to me as well. Like TFA Western was like, I can't vape it. It literally makes kind of the same side effects with that. So yeah, there's just be careful with that stuff. I am with you. I can't do Salt Lake. Yeah, Salt Lake. That was the other thing I thought it was. I thought it was maybe it was the nicotine also. But then I was thinking, I was like, I've been using this nicotine. It's been the same nicotine. I was fine before, so maybe it's not. But I changed the nicotine out. That wasn't the problem. I didn't even change the nicotine out. I just wasn't using nicotine for a little bit, and I still was getting that issue. Yeah, so it was definitely the stainless steel coil. Has a lot of chromium in it. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. It's very odd. People still using nichrome? Yeah, I do. I'm still using nichrome 80. I have no issues with that. Nichrome 80 has been great. It was just the stainless steel. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Kanthal and nichrome. That's all I'm gonna stick to. I never had a problem with mesh like that either, but for what it's worth, other than it being fucking dog shit for flavor. Only real flavors I have is an old bottle of Buttercrisp candy bar type. That is a crazy name. Butter crisp candy bar. I'm assuming it's meant to be a Butterfinger, peanut butter Butterfinger flavor. Butter crisp candy bar type. Why the type? Who started that? Who was the one that started that? Was it TFA started that? This is M type. Whatever that is. Maybe it was decaying or something. I have a lot of it. Wasn't sure if I could do anything with it. Yeah, no, you could definitely build with it for sure. Nicroom is great. Alright, guys. Wanted to hang out. We're probably going to do the Monday nights a little earlier. I'm thinking 9 o'clock. We'll do the Monday shows. We'll see how that goes. 10 o'clock is just a little too late for me these days. SSA has a lot of flavors with type. Yeah, I don't know why. Just like, what is the point of calling this yellow candy burst type? Just call it yellow burst candy. Why the type? Is it a type of burst? I don't get it. It's very odd. It's very, very goofy. I love you all. I'll see you guys on Friday for live mixing. I have some content for you this week, so be on the lookout for that. And so yeah, for Friday, I'm planning on building the barrage. I don't know what we're gonna mix, so have any ideas that you guys want to see me mix up? Bring them on Friday. We'll mix something up. First half of the show is when we're gonna mix. The second half is when we build. We're gonna build the barrage. It'll be a good time. And that's the Friday show. It's a big vaping extravaganza. It's always a fun time. Have a good night, everyone.